welcome everyone. Sir Heroscape here today, coming at you with some exciting, opportunity here. Wave 2 of Heroscape's going to be announced in T-minus 13 minutes. So I started the live stream early to just have an opportunity to basically just talk about a couple things about what we think we're going to expect. Just the exciting announcement and whatnot. So, yeah, we're gonna jump right in. Glad we could get a few of you guys already on the chats here. We got Ant Debon, hello. Sour Cream, hi. Leonardo Henriquez, how's it going? Joshua Burka, howdy. Defective, they're already announcing Wave 2. Yes, they are today in 13 minutes. Wave 2 is coming out and will be in stores or will be shipped, I believe, in October. We'll get all the details today, but yeah. Let's see. Matthew Kress, hi. Gable Lacey, hi. Bill Rager. Anyway, so yeah. So let's jump right in. We've got about 10 minutes. I'm just going to talk through some things that we know, and then just some things that I'm anticipating. So, a couple of things that we know. This announcement is going to cover a few different things. So it's obviously Wave 2, but it's going to cover Gen Con. It's also going to cover, I believe, some special events. So I'm going to kind of jump around a little. Also, side note, if my audio goes out or video or anything on the side, isn't working, please let me know in the chats. Sometimes, you never know when things are going to not work out for you. So, all right, sorry, got a frog in my throat today. So, what we have that is confirmed is that this announcement is going to be talking about Gen Con, about the prize support, about the maps. We're going to get maps revealed. I believe they're going to cover the rulings, kind of like when you're there at the tournaments, kind of what to expect. They've mentioned prize support, but they haven't really fully confirmed what that prize support looks like for the events. So I believe we're going to get a fair bit of information on what the Gen Con presence is going to look like. We obviously have the tournaments events on the Gen Con webpage. So for those of you that are not going to Gen Con and not really sure what's going on, they actually do have events every day at Gen Con this year. It's the 20th anniversary. They're making it a big deal. And so Gen Con, we're going to have kind of I don't want to say a main event, but there's like a big tournament each day, and then Saturday is like the championship. And again, there's not really like an official like world championship like they said they were going to do. This is more just kind of a celebration. So we're going to get all the details about Gen Con today, aside from Wave 2. What we're going to get from Wave 2 is specifically going to be, what we can tell from the image that I have in my thumbnail and what they've presented is another battle box. So another battle box, which very clearly looks like it's going to be just the Cury. So we got, I think it was a new Cury for every general except for, I want to say, well, I can't remember. I think it was like Jandar and Ular. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was like 5 or 6 new Cury back when Avalon Hill first told us about all the new Cury. So we're getting what it looks like from the thumbnail image that they provided. All the rest of the Cury in a battle box. Are we going to get a master set? I think so. And are we going to get a terrain set? I think so. Now, they haven't confirmed that, obviously, but they have confirmed that within Wave 1 and Wave 2, I believe they plan on having all the Avalon Hill Age of Annihilation units released. Which means that I don't really know how else they're going to present the rest of the armies and units outside of a master set. So there's a couple different options they can do here. They can have multiple battle boxes, which are basically just going to be faction packs for the different kind of factions, right? You have the Isonex, you have the Dryans. So Wave 1 might be kind of introducing a little bit of everything. And then they might do battle boxes specifically for the different types of units. So, example, we know that it seems like there's going to be a battle box for Cury, so maybe there's a battle box for Isonex, and battle box for Dryons, and battle box for the Vorids and whatnot. And so I think it's possible that rather than make a full new Wave 2 master set with terrain and everything, they just do multiple battle boxes to kind of get all the other units out and on the floor, so to speak. We'll see. I think it's also very possible they just decide to do another master set and say, hey, here's another master set of terrain, here's all the rest of the units, and go have fun. Now, we do know that we're going to get promotional figures. That has been verified. So, similar to Sergeant Drake and Shiori, we know we're getting, and that are coming, as promotional figures. We know we're getting promotional figures in Wave 2. They confirmed that would be for a special event. So we know that special events are being... The special event in question that will be canonized is National Heroscape Day. That was originally set up by, I believe it was Raichin, I want to say, in the Heroscapers.com website. I believe it was in Texas. And he basically ran that, and it kind of stuck and became a thing. And so I want to say it's like October 29th or something like that is the official National Heroscape Day, and I believe they plan on canonizing that. And when I say canonizing that, making it official, essentially, is Renegade, I believe, has confirmed, based off of what I've seen in the Discord conversations, that they will be doing a promotional event, special event, like National Heroscape Day, and having a promotional figure for that, similar to Shiori. So I think we're pretty safe to say that that's going to get announced today. Looking at some comments, hoping for some more pirates, along with Cury, also common units next year, I'd hope. Yeah, I thought it would be at least, I thought it would take 3 waves to complete it. And hi, David Kenton, welcome. Yeah, so to your point, Josh, on the commons, I think if they really want to do and I don't, money grab is a bad word because it's a negative thing, but like if they really want to try and make money as much as possible to really prove a point to to Hasbro and to themselves that Heroscape is back and there is going to be a big interest, I think it would make sense to have commons in Wave 2. I don't think that's going to happen because it seems like they're just going to go ahead, release everything that Avalon Hill did, and kind of go from there. And within the short time window that they've had to kind of design new units, I'm not sure that they would have been able to get a common squad prepped. Or not even common squad, but common heroes, right? Or uncommon heroes. So I'm not sure that that's actually going to happen, but I am pretty positive that in 2025 we will. I think that's almost assuredly guaranteed that we'll see commons in 2025. Present the rest of the units, then I think it's possible, because then what you could do is then you could have a battle box that's a commons battle box for a different faction or whatever. Again, I don't think that's actually going to be the case today, but you can always be hopeful. All right, so what else do we have to talk about? We've got terrain. Now, Lee in the Discord pretty much confirmed that we're going to get more terrain. I think that's a guaranteed, and I think going forward we're pretty much guaranteed that they're going to focus a lot on terrain, to be honest. Reason being, they specifically split out the Heroscape terrain to be its own brand, or its own copyrighted name, basically, Heroscape Terrain Systems. And that was specifically to be able to sell to other hex-based games, miniature games, RPGs, whatever the case may be, namely BattleTech. And so I think every single announcement, every single wave, any new content, we're going to see new terrain. So, and if not, then I think that's a mistake on Renegade's part. I think that's a huge part of the what's the word I'm looking for? Huge part of the market that that a lot of miniature games love about Heroscape is just the terrain. So I don't know what we're going to see today. They haven't confirmed that they're basically going to reprint any of the. So I mean, they recreated their own version of the Takala Jungle, right? And they haven't confirmed that they're going to reprint versions of their own Lava or Dungeon or Road. But I kind of think that would be smart of them to do that. Do they do it this early? I don't know. I think the reason they did the Takala Jungle was because obviously Avalon Hill had kind of promised that, right? I think that made the most sense, was Avalon Hill had kind of promised it, so they're going to go ahead and just follow suit. I think it's more likely that we're going to see probably expansion packs of the walls of Lauer, I believe. We're getting a few of them in the master set, right? And so in wave 1 rather, and so in wave 2, it kind of makes sense to me that if you want expansive terrain building, you know, adding a bunch of walls is going to add a lot of cool builds for people. That said, walls don't necessarily sell to the BattleTech people, so maybe we're going to see a couple different terrain types, whether that's just extra obstacles or extra terrain. Not exactly sure. Oh wow, look at that! It's already 3 o'clock. So let's go ahead and switch screens here. Let's see, Renegade should be starting. Let's see. Okay, let me know if you guys can see and hear the Renegade page. Can you guys see that? Can you hear it? Are we good? Just want to make sure you guys are seeing and hearing everything I am. Gable Lacey, awesome. You say you're seeing it. Okay, good. Cool. We're good. Awesome. Sour cream. Appreciate it. Okay. I was a little bit worried. I spent a good half hour plus setting up everything, making sure it's all working properly. So I think we're good to go. Let me know, obviously, if anything changes. But we've got a countdown for a minute left. Let's see. Still Scar. Oh, yeah. Joshua still needs some common Spartan squad with King Leonidas. Bonnie, yeah, that'd be awesome. Doesn't it start in like 2 minutes? There's my time. Yeah. Do you think we'll ever resell classic cards? Allowing for people to 3D print figures. No, I don't think they're going to allow 3D print figures. I don't think it ever makes sense for a business to honestly allow that. As much as we want to. I just don't think that's going to happen. Reprinting cards, though? Now that's interesting. I think that is only going to be a thing if... excuse me, I have to blow my nose. I've been a little bit under the weather lately, so my apologies, but... I think they'll only do reprinting cards and card packs if they decide to specifically launch a system that has balanced unit points, updated unit points. So, anyway, we'll see. Let's do a full screen here. Actually, is that? What is that? Yeah, that's going... Well, I'll do a full screen as soon as they get started here.
We're live. Alrighty. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Heroscape Renegade Con Reveal stream. Heroscape returns this August, and today we are here to talk about what will be coming after the launch, focusing on Wave 2 releases. So I'm Jordan, the marketing manager here at Renegade, and today I'm joined by Lee Huff, the associate producer for Heroscape.
Hello, it's back to be great at Renegade Con.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. Lee is here to talk today with me about Wave 2 releases that are all coming in October, along with some organized play details, Gen Con, and more. But before we get into the reveals, we've actually got some other exciting news to share. So this year is Renegade's 10th anniversary, and to celebrate, we've got some promotions that'll be running through the remainder of the year. So first, any orders of $100 or more on our web store from now through the end of the year will get a free 10th anniversary Renegade enamel pin while supplies last. And then
Cool.
we're also going to be giving away these 10th anniversary stickers that you should see on the screen, which you'll receive on any web store orders now through the rest of the year. So no matter what, you've got a chance to get some really cool exclusive Renegade swag. And be sure to check the back of those stickers because there might be a surprise on there. And stay tuned for blogs, 10th of the month flash sales.
A
and
pin and a
the
sticker,
rest.
sure. That's
The
fine.
blogs in particular
Whatever.
are one of the coolest things about this. They cover Renegade's journey from its humble beginnings all the way to today, and it's a really cool journey to observe. So, you know, if you're just now getting to know Renegade, it's great. Okay, now I got that out of the way, and without further ado, let's get the ball rolling and talk Heroscape.
Alright, let's do this.
Alrighty, so our first reveal today is the Revna's Rebuke Cury Warriors Army expansion. I saw you guys were doing a really great job of guessing this. This is in the thumbnail, so nice work.
Are you guys
This
seeing
is the
that?
first of several army expansions for Heroscape. Lee, can you tell everyone what an army expansion is and what players will find in this one?
For sure. So an army expansion is literally just that. It's an army
Yeah, sorry you guys.
It's
The
an
full
expansion
screen
pack,
was
various
like
themes, number of new
getting all the
figures,
way over,
particular-
which was really
particular
weird. So I'm
grouping
just
or-
gonna zoom out here.
And in this case, it's the Cury Warriors. So in this expansion, you'll find 5 highly detailed and unique Cury Warriors, each with their own individual abilities, which offer new options when you're drafting your armies.
Okay, I was right.
Nice, yeah. And speaking of themes, the Cury Warriors are one of my personal favorite types of figures.
So we're getting
so very excited for
5.
these. And for those who are watching who might not be familiar,
Sweet.
Valhalla essentially has a host of these native
Keela,
Cury Warriors.
Ular,
And the Cury are basically
Vider
these heroes
Valeric,
and warriors who are armed with artifacts
and
magic
Revna?
to their generals' tribes. So Lee, can you tell us who are the different Cury Warriors who appear in this expansion?
For sure. So there are 5 in this expansion. There's Queen Curion, Ziamara,
Ooh.
Minerva, Nielki, and
Ooh.
Kilgrax.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at them on screen now. I just had so much fun putting
Queen
this together.
Zirion.
The aesthetic is off the charts with this wave. The Ziamara sculpt is probably my personal favorite.
That's cool.
Yes.
We're
So
getting another
like the
queen.
sculpts and the paint jobs for the Cury Warriors they're all great. Their different abilities are also pretty awesome. And actually we have some army cards up to reveal right now.
Let's
for
go.
each of the figures.
Let's go.
Good. Take it away.
Let's see it. Army cards.
Alright, so up first is Nielki. She
Ular.
is a Curie of the forest tribes that are united under Ular's banner when the War on Valhalla began. Her charisma helped hold together the different factions.
Warrior,
and
inspiring.
Because of that, they were able to form a single army, and she also helped train rogue hunters into battle-ready warriors.
Friendly.
With Nielki, she's able to
Remove
make
marker
an
from the
additional
chosen
attack
figure.
on her
Cannot
turn,
heal
and
herself
with a
through
4
a
attack, this makes her a heavy hitter.
When she
Also,
destroys
when
a
she destroys
figure.
her foe, she is able to heal a nearby ally
Interesting.
with the Spear of Sankari.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I'm a big fan of mechanics that can damage and heal simultaneously.
Ular. So
Value there.
no.
And before you tell us about the next one, just a heads
No
up to everyone.
bonding.
We'll have character biography pages up for all of these.
Yeah, there's no synergies.
Visuals of both their mini and army card on Heroscape.com. So just like the last
But
stream,
double
too,
attack.
Don't worry about speed reading. You know, just
That
sit
actually
back
could
and
pull
relax
off pretty
and
nicely.
Dive into all of these after the stream.
Having and only 100
So now,
points.
I think this next.
That's
video
not
that we're
bad.
at brings some stealth into play. Can you tell us about Minerva?
Aquila.
Yes. So Glenerva, she's a
Ooh.
fearsome warrior with the power of darkness on my side.
3.
She also happens to be one of my favorite sculpts. With Hanwi's Darkness, she when that's activated by the X owner marker, she is shrouded by darkness. And with that, she's also able to shroud all small, medium, and large friendly figures within 5 spaces. of her. And because of that, like with her
That's
ability to
crazy
shield
good.
herself from enemies, like it just makes her like a force to be reckoned with. Plus, she has flying. I mean, she's a beast. She
That's
looks like
freaking
I mean,
good.
She's amazing.
Yeah, awesome. And
That's
speaking of
insane.
Darkness, I think up next is Kilgrax.
That's freaking insane.
Dead Warrior.
That's super good.
Yes. So Kilgrax has an incredibly
What?
imposing appearance and equally threatening abilities to match. She has Witchcraft Telekinesis, which gives her the ability to move enemies closer to her, so she's able to strike them.
Ooh.
And depending on your die roll, you can place a figure on adjacent spaces to kill cracks. She also pairs nicely with Misrex from the Age of Annihilation Master set.
Cool. Yeah, I really like the random factor with the die roll. I feel like that's going to introduce a lot of
Interesting.
situations.
Figure
Now,
movement
yeah,
is
so
super
actually,
strong in
actually
Heroscape.
The leader of this group,
Figure
Queen
movement is super
Cury.
strong.
Yeah, so similar to Glenerva, Queen Curion has some stealth to her gameplay. Her
Okay, so stealth
flying
flying,
ability
sure.
and Heartfinder Sphere make her a lethal enemy. And with her, like if you have a successful roll using her Sphere's ability,
Whoa!
she's able to weaken her foe's defense.
Dang. Okay, so that's basically
one die for defense.
James Murphy's whip.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
basically
Anyway,
James Murphy's whip.
now,
Or no,
last and certainly not least, I think you can tell my bias here.
not James Murphy's whip. It's
Last after
the
Queen.
gladiator.
The sculpt is just too
Rotarius.
So my personal favorite sculpt from this expansion, the Noble Warrior Zyomara.
Ziamara looks sick.
Yeah, I love Ziamara.
that is
I
a
love her
cool
pose,
mini.
I love her stance, which are just like striking her arm
That
up
is
with like
a
her
freaking
sword.
cool
Like it's
mini.
awesome. So Ziamara, she has the Amulet of Avatar, which allows you to protect nearby allies and prevent them from being wounded. Unfortunately, she's unable to use this ability on herself, but
Whoa.
nonetheless, she is a great hero for support.
When a Cury you control who follows
Awesome.
Ular.
Yeah, and again, I'm just
Holy
a fan of
frick.
the overall thinking of this expansion. I think they really hit
That's
it
so
up.
good for Protectors of
We're
Ular.
getting a Cury army into play, and I see a lot of excitement in the chat. It's great to see.
Oh, wait. It's only for Protectors of Ular you'd have to roll a 17, but still.
Will there be both options for this expansion as well?
For sure. Yes. So there's both the standard edition
Okay, so
and
65.
premium edition of the army expansion. The standard edition is priced at $45. It contains 5 fully assembled unpainted miniatures.
Can you guys not read the
Just
card?
like
Oh
the
crap!
box
Is it
and
too zoomed out on my
Master
screen?
set.
Is
Minis
that
will feature
oh no?
flash
Is that
make
a
all the
problem?
super awesome fine details pop.
Do I need to try and go full
The
screen for you
premium
guys?
edition is priced at $65, and these will contain 5 fully assembled.
Sorry,
painted
I wish
miniatures,
someone had told me. Can you
and
could
just
you
like
not read the
premium
cards that entire
Starbucks
time?
and premium master set,
Shoot.
like we didn't just
Apologies if
left on them, like they
if you weren't
have
able to
premium quality,
read
fully
the
painted
card this one.
appearance.
I'm over here.
And
Whoa!
between
And you
the
guys
two
can't read the
versions,
card.
the remaining game
Sorry.
components, which
Hopefully
this
zooming in
particular
now because
army
we'll
expansion,
probably
they're
see other
just
cards.
they're the same.
Hopefully
So
that's a little bit
army
better
cards are
now.
identical, no matter which version.
Let me know if you guys can't. Let me know if the cards come back up. Let me know.
We're looking for different versions. Our web team is uploading all of these products right now. So
Sorry guys, yeah, these are available on Renegade's website. They make them live while they're doing this, so if somehow you still can't read it, but I zoomed in, so.
Now go ahead and click the link in the chat and check it out. And just a reminder to everyone, once again, you can check out the army cards and figures for all of these new reveals over at Heroscape.com on the character bio pages after the stream. So if we went through anything quickly and you wanted to take a closer look, you can certainly do that. Alrighty, now Lee, what
Yep,
else
and,
do we have this October?
Pre-order now using my
So
Sir Heroscape
our
affiliate
second
link.
reveal for Wave 2 is the Revena's Rebuke, Iron Lich Viscerat, and Necrotech
Let's
Race
go.
Riders Army expansion. So this will be the second entry of Army expansions for Heroscape.
I told you they're
And
going to do a
this
bunch of
expansion,
army
we
boxes.
are super excited to introduce
Called it.
species, the Eisenach.
Called it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the Eisenach. They're pretty awesome. For anyone unfamiliar, the Eisenach are a strange.
Oh, it's interesting.
The planet was destroyed long ago, or
It's still part of Revna's Rebuke.
Yeah, so time in Heroscape
Oh,
is really
interesting.
weird. It becomes strange
Okay, so the
when
wave
the Wellsprings
is
pushes
Revna's
back between
Rebuke.
worlds.
Right,
there
right,
is
and these
the
are army
mystery room
boxes.
Eisenach, which will
Okay, it's
potentially
all
be
making
explored
sense
at
now.
some point in the future, or past, or present. Once again, time's weird in
Okay.
Heroscape.
Sounds
These are
good.
the
Well, let's
Eisenachs.
lift what mystery we can for now. What will players find in this expansion?
Those are
Alright,
cool.
so in this expansion, there will be 4 highly detailed, fully assembled miniatures, including the Iron Lich Viscerat and a unique squad, the Necrotech Race Riders. And as always, these figures will be fully compatible with previous and upcoming Heroscape.
Those look pretty freaking gnarly.
Cool. And, I think let's start by looking at one of my favorite characters from this expansion, the Iron Lich Viscera.
Yeah, I follow you, Team Sky. I'm not exactly sure what the color scheme with orange is. I might repaint that.
Like, yeah, he's huge. Like, literally. I mean, he's a huge 11 in gameplay terms. So,
did they change him?
Like
I don't think they changed anything with him.
Set, he takes up 2 hexes with his peanut-shaped base. And
Dismissive
like,
Strider,
that,
yeah.
Like, there's like a really cool gameplay.
I believe this is all the same. Let me know again if you can't see the card. It's still a little bit.
Strider, and he's able to move through small and medium figures.
Yeah.
Without taking a leaving engagement attack because he's so big. Huge.
Yeah, I'm just looking at him on stream right now, and this is really one of my favorites. He just looks awesome, super imposing. He also has some pretty interesting abilities to support synergies for the Isonac specifically, right?
Yes. So Iron Lich Viscera is very much a warlord and has lots of abilities to amplify or control other Isonac.
Mm-hmm.
He has a speed boosting.
Yep, and we knew about his abilities here. Yeah. So these are familiar for us.
Extra movement, and this is achieved with the use of yellow surge markers. And also, with his Cornerstone Ironclad Puppeteer ability, he is able to manipulate another unique Isonac hero or squad figure in the army to take a turn after him.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. So he basically can activate other people. He can move over small and medium.
Now this expansion also features a squad of Necrotech Faith Riders.
That's right. And his, Yep. And he can bond with Legionnaires as well, which is super cool.
Elements as well. They have a special team that they're able to use.
Wow, that art actually looks pretty freaking sweet. Not gonna lie.
And as long as
that looks pretty freaking dope.
Within range, the player would roll a d20 to attempt to grab them.
Yeah, so this is a unique squad, you guys. Yep.
The Wraith Riders also, you may have noticed, like, they're on these, like, orbs. They have these spherical bodies, which allow them to
Marauders Wild.
And with their rolling movement, they're able to move
8-3-3. Ooh, life 2. I actually forgot that they had 2 life. That's actually really good.
Keeps them from moving to spaces more than 2 levels.
So rolling movement basically limits just how far they can actually go.
Yeah, those movement mechanics, I think that's a nice touch.
That actually makes it pretty difficult on
the stream, I was a big fan of the Cury Warriors
some maps.
The Isonac are winning me over a bit. Especially Iron Lich Viscera. He kind of gives me like a world of worlds, unbeatable odds.
Chain Grab 9, is that? That's literally the same.
An Isonac invasion event or something at Gen Con next
yeah, that's literally the same as Chain Grab from Chain Fighters. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Comment in the chat if that would be something that you'd like. Anyways, anything else that the people should know about this expansion?
Yes, so just like the Cury Warriors, this expansion will have both a standard and premium painted version.
Okay, so still $65.
The standard edition will be $45, and it comes with 4 fully assembled, highly detailed minis. They're army cards.
Now this is one where the orange paint job is a little bit meh.
Necrotech Wraith Riders.
For me personally, I'll probably still buy the painted version because I'm lazy.
Will be $65.
But if those of you out there are like me, don't like how heavily orange that is, and it looks like a freaking construction vehicle, then by all means, go the unpainted route and get a buddy of yours to do it. Uh-oh. Did Jordan freeze? Oh no. You see on the live stream Jordan froze. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They gotta go back to reconnecting Jordan. Hey, I'm not the only one, you guys. See? We're okay. We're alright. While I've got you here, let me put my affiliate link for pre-orders in the chat. All right, I think that's it. Let me make sure that actually works. Whoops. Let's see if you guys can see that. Okay, good. Yep, it does work. So I just clicked on the link. It does work. So that's the for pre-orders. Okay. So yeah, so while we wait for them to reconnect, we can talk so far about what... let me actually mute this. That's super loud. So I'm going to mute that background music until they get back. Yeah, Team Sky. Yeah, no, that's a full pack of female Curie. Gotta equal the odds here, I guess. No, so some of those cards looked actually really sweet. So let's see if we can maybe... No, not .org, .com. Let's see if we can... Actually, I'm going to unmute this, but just turn down the music. So that way I'll hear when they come back. Let's look and see if we can find those cards. How to play... I always forget where to actually find the cards. No. I wonder if they posted in the Discord. I'm sure they posted in the Discord. Let's see, where's the link? Or are they back? Okay, they're back.
My computer just crashed. It's like my nightmare that keeps me up at night coming to life. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened. It was just black screen. I guess the Icenic didn't like us talking about them before the play. Maybe we need to watch our verbiage there. But gosh, all right, let's get back into it. So I believe we were just going over the fact that there are going to be both standard and premium painted editions for the Icenic Army Pack as well. So anyway, jumping back into it, we have another stream coming up. I am very much looking forward to building an army with the Icenic. They look amazing. You can also check out the character bios for these reveals in full detail on Heroscape.com, so be sure to take a look after the stream. But hang with us for now.
Heroscape train systems.
Fingers crossed we can get through it.
Let's go.
We're only halfway through our reveals for Wave 2, so what else do we have to talk about?
Only halfway through, he said. Interesting.
Alright, so I'm very excited to announce that we'll be expanding our terrain system line with both the Lands of Valhalla and the Waters of Valhalla terrain expansions.
Nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been excited for more terrain, myself included. Can you tell us about the Lands of Valhalla first?
Of course. So the Lands of Valhalla terrain expansion is here for the Heroscape players clamoring for more terrain.
Cool.
For the OG players, this terrain expansion is perfect to replace your old terrain pieces from your terrain collection that just
That's awesome.
Up.
That's
and for new
awesome.
fans, this expansion will help you create even more epic
so smart.
episodes.
So freaking smart for them to do this.
Players will find a new 24 hex tile sand.
Ooh!
That's great. And just to confirm, these terrain pieces are compatible with previous Heroscape.
Did you guys hear that? New 24 hex sand.
So this terrain
Let's go!
Oh my goodness. Completely compatible with...
Let's go! A new 24 hex sand. That's
awesome.
sick.
Can you give us a breakdown of exactly what's in this terrain expansion?
That's sick.
For sure. So in this expansion, you'll find a total of 63 terrain tiles of various types and sizes.
Okay.
There are 27 grass tile terrain pieces.
Wait.
18 rock tile terrain
there's
pieces.
Two?
And 18 sand tile terrain pieces.
Wait, where's the 24 hex?
So players will no longer need to purchase
two 24 hex
in order to obtain more tile terrain.
Holy cow!
And honestly, like, we're excited
Woo!
to include the sand tile in this expansion for players to build with.
Yeah,
let's go.
That tile is really cool, and that's just a lot of terrain in general. So
that's
I know a lot of
awesome.
people have been waiting for
That's
an option
awesome.
for this. So I'm glad we can bring it to fruition. Lands of Valhalla terrain expansion will be $70 and is available to pre-order for an October release.
Okay.
In the chat.
Let's go.
Oh man, yeah, and I'm looking at it on the screen. Jeez, it really is just a ton of terrain. That is awesome.
Awesome.
So much land.
That's so smart.
So much land, and you can't
so
get
smart.
land because building is one of the coolest parts of Heroscape. So yeah, that's amazing. Alrighty, Lee, can you tell us about the waters?
Honestly, I'm just gonna buy it for the 24 sand hex.
For sure. The Waters of Valhalla terrain expansion contains extra water tiles to help players build more water features into the ground.
That's cool.
So it's great for those wanting to replace their old water tiles.
3-hex water tile, I like it.
Second edition water tiles.
And they're sparkly water, you guys.
Or for new players who want to get
they're
more
sparkly
water and slow down their
yes.
That's great, nice. And I understand there's a brand new hex tile in this
yeah.
season, right?
Yes, there is. So this expansion introduces a 3-hex water tile.
That's so cool.
Just as a note, this expansion contains both sparkly water and wellspring water. So
very cool.
It's great for those who want to incorporate more water into their maps or replace their brittle matte blue water tiles.
Nice. Yeah, and it's great to see that we're continuing with the sparkly blue water tiles. It really adds so much to the map.
That's really cool.
And these are also completely compatible with previous Heroscape releases, right?
Absolutely. And yeah, they're completely compatible with the old stuff and the new stuff.
Dang.
Actually, there's a total of 35 terrain tiles in this expansion.
Wow.
Plus, it contains
that's a lot of water.
Water tiles that
that's a lot of water.
For the Wellspring Battle Box.
Which honestly,
$30 and available to pre-order now.
With the focus on so much water, I guarantee we're going to see a lot more water-based maps with abilities, units with those types of abilities.
So, as Lee mentioned, no more needing to buy 5 master sets just to get your hands on more terrain. Now you can just buy 5 master sets because why not? Master sets are awesome. Yeah, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited to
Very
really
cool.
get the ball rolling on our terrain system line, and I honestly can't wait to see all these epic maps.
This is so smart.
24-hex sand tile.
This is so smart.
It's
doing
awesome.
Lands of Valhalla and Waters of Valhalla.
Well,
now, any other game
reveals.
system,
So the 2 new army
buy that.
expansions and the 2 new
wow.
expansions are available to pre-order right now on Heroscape.com.
Interesting. Okay.
Which should be in the chat. We'll have more Heroscape reveals coming for Wave 3 in October. So now we're going to thank you for showing us all of this awesome stuff and say goodbye as we move into part 2 of this
Wave 3 October.
Today. We are not done. Trevor McGregor, the organized play manager of Renegade, is going to be jumping in to tell us about all of the exciting
Wave 3 October
activities coming up in August, and to unveil and walk us through some previews for the Heroscape Battle Network. So thanks, Lee. I'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
All right, part 2, organized play. This is a big deal.
Welcome.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm happy to be here for my first Renegade Con. Now let's talk about the really fun part, actually getting to play this amazing game.
That's right, yeah. So let's do it. To kick things off, I think first let's talk about what we have planned for Gen Con. Specifically, maybe we start with running through the events and talking about some of the prizes people can get from attending.
Sure. Gen Con's just around the corner, so it's probably a good idea to talk about it. The first event I'll talk about is the Battle Box Beginner events. We'll be hosting Battle Box Beginner events all 4 days of the con. You can compete against other players.
Yeah, these are
battle for the Wellspring
you basically
Battle
just
Box.
walk up and
No
play.
materials needed to join. Just come play. It's
Yeah.
great for new, returning, or veteran players. All participants in a Battle Box Beginner event will receive the Shiori miniature. Seats are limited.
Wow.
It's a brand new Heroscape card.
Whoa!
This should be on the screen now.
That looks
it's
sick.
Original artwork. It's exclusive to the event.
That actually looks really good.
This is a ticket to the free entry into our next event. I'll talk about the 20th anniversary celebration.
Not gonna lie,
All
that looks really
participants of
good.
pre-made events will also receive the Shiori promo figure.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about the t-shirt. The artwork just came out so great. We had this idea a few months ago, and I was just immediately stoked for it. So
Yeah, the purple seems to be a theme for
you mentioned that you wear the t-shirt as a ticket to entry
for the new
anniversary celebration event.
the new age of Heroscape. It's a very
Sure, the
heavy
20th anniversary
color
event
palette.
It's a pre-made event that we're running on Saturday afternoon. This should be a fantastic event. You celebrate the 20th anniversary of Heroscape, this amazing game that we're all excited to bring back, that so many people are excited to play. Up until now, you can get to compete against the best of the best. Like I said, it starts on Saturday at 3 p.m. That's August 3rd.
Yep.
At Gen Con, we'll be giving away trophies to those who place in the top 8. We'll also be giving away random prizes, so everyone has a chance to walk away with some prizes. Random prizes will include premium painted Age of Annihilation Master
Yeah,
sets,
this is
and all players for this event will also receive the premium payment.
Can you imagine buying a bunch of Heroscape and then just walking away with another master
cool
set?
Thing we just added was we'll be randomly giving away a handful of the Paint Masters from Wave 1.
Oh, cool.
This is basically a holy relic for miniatures players, miniatures fans. It's the original miniature that was used as the Paint Master to start the production process.
Whoa.
We also have a few other things we'll give away and add to the event, but we'll leave those as a surprise for now.
Dang.
Yeah, man, that's going to be really fun.
That's cool, the Paint Masters.
That's going to be fantastic.
That's pretty neat.
So, yeah, I'm just counting down the days until we can make it out to Gen Con at this point.
Yeah, it's well, we're counting down the days to make it up to Gen Con because that's a lot of what you and I do every day. But it's also fantastic. Gen Con's great. I love Gen Con.
There's a little bit of bias there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of really awesome Heroscape things at Gen Con, this one is by far one of the things I'm most excited about. If you ever wanted to stand toe to toe with Raylan or Leviatok and look them square in the eyes,
no
you
way.
can actually do that at our booth. So we work with some pretty talented artists to design these life-size statues of Raylan and Leviatok.
That's freaking cool.
Now, man, they're just super sweet.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, these
Those
are
going to be really, really cool.
Wow.
The tip of one of the wings is 9 feet tall.
Sheesh.
Other cool things happening at Gen Con you want to share?
Life size.
Yeah, I mean, there's too much happening at Gen Con, to be honest.
It's freaking insane.
These things are huge. These are photos on screen are just from the factory, so you know it's very behind the scenes. But
wow.
Yeah, they're going to be amazing. Like Trevor said, it's like literally 9 feet to the tip of the wing.
Wow.
So come check them out on our booth.
That's nuts.
And one more thing to talk about. So we are also hosting a sneak preview event, which has actually already sold out to 60 lucky fans who will be the first in the world to see a preview presentation of what's to come for Heroscape in 2025.
Yeah, that sounds
so I saw
pretty
a lot
cool.
of speculation in the chat. Are there going to be more waves? Yes, we are currently planned out through 2025 going into 2026. If you did not get a seat, don't worry too much. Be sure to come by the booth. We may or may not have some Paint Masters of unannounced sets on display. So pretty much everybody at Gen Con will have a chance to get a first look at what's to come for Heroscape in 2025.
That's awesome.
And something else to mention, just if you're attending this event and you're listening, keep in mind this is an exclusive no cameras or recording of any kind presentation. I know you guys are very crafty, so no recording of any kind. That includes tape recorders and all sorts of stuff like that.
That sounds really awesome. Hopefully I'll be able to sneak in. I wasn't able to grab a ticket.
Don't worry, you'll be there. Maybe even talking about some really detailed, organized play stuff that we have coming in 2025.
Cool.
It sounds like a fun night.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Great. And I'm just especially excited for Gen Con overall this year. It's going to be a blast. So if you are going out to the show, we're really looking forward to seeing you there. Though if you're not able to make
the
it
size
out,
of those
worry, we will have you
life size, that's insane.
Starting in September.
Those things are
So
massive.
speaking of, Trevor, can you tell everyone how to join the action with their favorite local game store?
Oh,
sure.
this is
The
important.
first event we have planned is the Heroscape launch tournaments. You can play in these tournaments at participating local game stores starting on September 6th of this year. We have a special miniature promo plan to give away to players.
Right, yeah, we're familiar with the Shiori.
Gen Con players will be able to get
What did you say?
Gen Con, but you'll also be able to get it.
Did you say September 6th?
Participating local game stores. Shiori's a tricky little ninja.
I missed that.
With
It's
some
probably
awesome
Saturday.
abilities. Her Phantom Walk ability allows her to move through all figures.
It's a Friday.
She can't be attacked when leaving engagements. Her ninjutsu mastery special attack.
Okay.
And her Cury abilities allow her to strike hard
I think
and fast.
I think you said September
It's a really
6th,
cool
yeah?
miniature. I can't
Yeah.
wait to have one on my
Weird.
shelf behind me
I mean,
play it in some events. It looks
I
really
guess,
It's an awesome
Saturdays
sculpt. I
tend to be
remember
the
when we
best
first
day
took
for
a look
most
at it, and
people.
he was like, wait, there's 3 Shiori? She's just moving super fast.
But yeah, it looks like it's a Friday.
So, yeah,
Weird.
It's a really cool design.
really cool.
Yeah, so this way, guys, if you can't make it out to Gen Con, there's no need to stress about it. You can still get your hands on the Shiori.
That's a
figure,
launch
so
event.
Be sure to sign up for one of the
Okay,
launch
participating
events
game
in,
stores.
September. Trevor, do we have any events coming up this year?
Sure, it's fun to announce that we're celebrating Heroscape Day this October with a special event kit and a new premium painted miniature. Your friendly local game store will be able to order this kit and help celebrate Heroscape Day in their store. We're excited to reveal that the Heroscape Day miniature will be Cornelius Breach.
Nice.
Cornelius Breach, the Derelict Prince, will be the next exciting promo miniature after Shiori.
Okay.
His first ability can do some serious damage if you're
So
crafty
he's
enough
the,
to get him out. His
he's
mutiny
the
ability is
promo
also
for
super
NHSD.
powerful. When Cornelius becomes captain through this
This is-
power, he can remove all
Yeah,
of his
the October event. Yeah.
Yeah, Cornelius is awesome. I know there's been a lot of speculation about who's going to be the promo figure for Heroscape Day, so here you go. Really excited to see him on the battlefield. He's a really cool
Not
character.
crazy about him.
Yeah,
He's
I
okay.
saw some people
They could have
guessing
picked a
over
cooler
time
figure,
on
I'll be
this one,
honest.
and I didn't see anybody guess it right, so it's pretty cool.
I don't think I saw
Still feel
either.
surprised if
Well, we didn't guess it right because
Yeah,
Cornelius
sometimes you
isn't the
really
coolest
good
figure
stuff,
out
but
there.
Yeah, this one I think flew under
Like,
the
he's
radar.
alright. Don't get me wrong, like,
yeah,
he's
feel free to,
interesting.
take a screenshot of the army card,
But-
Cornelius will also be up on
Yeah,
Heroscape.com
promo,
after
like
this provides.
another promo
Check out the
figure.
army card
There
and
could have been a
the
better promo
full
figure, we'll just say
detail
that.
after. And just a reminder that all of these Heroscape organized play promos will always become available for sale on our web store to everyone after the promotion that they're associated with is ended. So for most promos, that's
Yeah, that yellow's really bright. It kind of reminds me of a,
that's not in stone.
kind of reminds me of like a
that we can apply here.
peasant.
So tournament events are a really good way to get
Anyone else get that feeling? Like,
but they're never
he kind of looks like he's wearing like
And make sure to
adventurer
encourage your
peasant
local game
clothes.
stores to get in on the action and order their Heroscape
Like
Day kit for October.
That doesn't
So now.
feel like a
Okay,
pirate.
now, I think
I don't know.
it's time to talk about something that I'm personally very excited about.
Bright orange,
Battle
bright yellow, and bright red.
Trevor, can you remind everyone what the Battle Network
Ooh,
is
this is gonna be cool.
and tell us about some of the features we'll have.
Let's go.
Yeah, this takes up a lot of my day.
I hope they
love
demo
working
it.
on this. I'm very excited what we're going to be able to have for players. The Battle Network is essentially a dedicated Heroscape organized play website, which will serve as a community hub for players, judges, and event organizers. It will contain comprehensive tournament software. We've got a few first look screenshots from the beta to show off some of the various features.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see the
First
beta.
off, we'll talk about event hosting. One of the best parts of the Battle Network is event hosting. This makes it so players can find any and all Heroscape events running around the world.
Wow, that actually looks
And
pretty
find
slick.
one that's the closest to them, or even if they're traveling, they can find one there. This will make finding and jumping into events easier than ever. Plus, this takes a lot of strain off event organizers and stores. It's super easy to register your event. Our Battle Network minions behind the scenes will take a couple of days to review an event organizer application and make sure they're legitimate. But once that's done, you're all set to list and host your own events as an event organizer.
Wow.
Anyone who runs events knows how important it is to have intuitive tournament software. You don't need to juggle multiple programs to run Heroscape events. It's all included in this one-stop.
The UI
You
looks
can run
great.
Tournament software for the Battle Network, meaning it's one-stop shop for all things OP for both the player and the event organizer. Outside of event hosting capabilities, we also have some features that players will enjoy. Jordan, do you want to tell everyone about the player profile aspects?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
so this is probably my favorite aspect of the Battle Network. It's really cool, super innovative, but essentially players will be able to have fully customizable player profiles on the Battle Network that are totally unique
Cool.
to them. So on screen, I think we should have an example of a basic profile here. So at launch, you'll be able to earn titles and achievements for certain feats to augment and personalize your profile. So for example, you could get the Founder title by playing in a launch tournament after they kick off in September. So make sure that you sign up for those.
That's cool.
And you'll also be able to do things like earn achievements and participation points based on your feats and events. So this way you can really boast your accomplishments and experience and show them off to everybody, mainly your future opponents, as you head into your next tournament.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Plus, you can earn cosmetic upgrades to your profile, such as avatars that really personalize and kit out your profile and make it unique to your own preferences. So I think we've got some examples of the avatars on screen here. Namely, Trevor, what if I wanted to get a Shiori avatar? Are some of these exclusive, or can I just get them whenever?
Yeah, some of the cosmetic features for player profiles will be time limited or event limited. For example, if you want to get the Shiori avatar for your profile, you will need to play in a launch tournament. Now, there's even more to talk about with the Battle Network, so I'm going to move on to one of my
Interesting.
favorite aspects, player rankings. Battle Network has a really intuitive suite of player features. The Battle Network will track your performance at events, so you'll be able to earn placement and show off your battle prowess to the entire Heroscape community.
Wow.
Legends will be born. You can even click into different player
That's pretty
profiles
crazy.
and deep dive into their performance record, giving you an idea of who you might be up against at your next event.
That's really cool. Yeah, the player rankings are great, and it's just a level of detail that you don't often get with games like this. So
Wow.
It's really fantastic.
Wow, a little
You've done
graph.
amazing job. I'm very excited for this to debut. So
That's pretty cool.
This is going to be coming later in August, around Gen Con launch. Now, I know we could sit here and talk about the Battle Network all day.
Wow.
But what's one more feature that we could talk about?
Gen Con launch.
Before we start to wrap up.
We really could talk about the Battle Network all day, and we just might talk about it all day one day before it launches. Let's finish up this stream by talking a little bit about the figure database and Army Builder. The Battle Network will host a complete figure database of both new and existing figures, so you can always plan and reference to the best of your capabilities ahead of the next event. The Army Builder is one of my personal favorite things about this. It'll allow players to build and theory craft their armies using a comprehensive database of all Heroscape figures. We will update the Heroscape figures a little bit before they're released, so that way you can start theory crafting ahead of time. You will also be able to use the figure database and Army Builder to build your army and digitally submit it to events that require army submissions ahead of time.
Oh, cool.
No hassle or need to print and fill out lists. The Battle Network will launch in August. That way you'll have plenty of time to get your profile set up before launch events.
Dang.
They're
launching
will be able to set up and get their events listed, and the launch events will start in September. Stay tuned for more news and information.
That's awesome. They're going to launch that soon.
Between now and when it launches.
Awesome. Thanks, Trevor. Yeah, that all sounds really great. So, anything else you want to cover here from the organized play front before we start to wrap up?
Sure. Again, don't forget to sign up for your first Heroscape organized play event in Game Store.
Dang, that's really cool.
It'll be happening all throughout September.
They didn't show the Army Builder tab, though. They only showed the figure tab just then.
Get a Shiori premium painted figure.
So we still
Also,
don't.
remember to talk to your favorite game store about.
So we still don't know what the UI for the Army Builder
battle
looks
out
like.
with other Heroscape players and get a Cornelius free premium painted figure. Be sure to keep an eye out on the Battle Network for an event in your area. If you don't see one soon, be sure to go talk to your local game store. Tell them that you
Man, that yellow is bugging me.
That's right. Man, yeah, I'm really looking forward to August. A lot of really exciting
It's
stuff.
really bright.
Alrighty, well, thank you for running us through all of that, Trevor. I think that's going to be a wrap for our stream today. I hope everyone had a good time with us.
Wow,
And we apologize for those technical difficulties, but I'm glad that we could come back and
That's a quick 40 minutes.
presenting all of this awesome stuff. Hope everyone's looking forward to August and October. But before we close it out, I have a few final notes and reminders for everyone. So first, Wave 1 is coming this August. You're waiting to pick up at your local game store. The street date for release is August 29th. If you ordered from the web store, you may receive your copy in the mail a bit earlier than that within the first few weeks of August. And if you pre-ordered Gen Con pickup, you'll still be able to pick up your copy at Gen Con as planned.
Very
We'll
cool.
also have copies for sale on the booth. Wave 2 items announced today will be available this October. You can head over to Heroscape.com to pre-order all of Wave 1
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Wave 2 items now. But
Yep.
public service
If you want to
announcement,
pre-order,
not under your
Sir
shipment.
Heroscape affiliate link.
You will be waiting on your
right here.
August releases until October, since the web store will wait to ship everything together, essentially, to give the best possible shipping price. So be aware of that. And once again, don't forget to go to your favorite local game store and tell them to sign up for the launch tournaments starting in September and Heroscape Day tournaments that will be starting in October. Event registration is also open for Gen Con now, so if you're going to be out there with us, go ahead and sign up.
Super
for
cool.
events.
Oh, store locator.
And last but certainly not
That's
least,
cool.
remember to head over to Heroscape.com to browse the character bios for all of these Wave 2 character announcements that we just revealed. We even have some brand new website features that you can check out, such as a new painting page. Painting is a really big part of this community. In fact, we have a painting stream later at 5 p.m., a little how to paint. We also have paint guides available on the website now, and a Heroscape store locator. So these paint
That's
guides
pretty
can
cool.
be found in the character resources
The
section
store locator is pretty
added
interesting.
to the character biography pages. And yeah, don't forget to tune into that how to paint at 5 p.m. It's going to be great. All right, everyone, thank you again for joining us, and we will see you at the next stream in October to talk about Wave 3. See y'all soon.
Cool.
Bye.
All right. Well, let's close out that window. So that's a wrap. When it comes to their announcement, I'm just going to use this as the background while I look for Well, I'll look for it in a second. So for those of you who missed the beginning or still trying to figure out what the heck's going on, this is a really interesting update because that I think we saw their their kind of their plan for Heroscape for this Age of Annihilation. Like Avalon Hill, you have to remember Avalon Hill was like, hey, here's 80 like 90 miniatures and a bunch of terrain. And they're like, give us $250 and here's it unpainted and all of it at once, right? This is very clearly a more methodical, thought out kind of plan, right? Is they're basically saying, you know what, there's a lot of content here. We're providing premium painted miniatures. We're going to do these in waves. Like today, that was actually a very limited number of miniatures. I thought we were going to get at least a few more packs of miniatures, but we only got 2, which is fine. But that was interesting. I think we could have gotten more, probably. But I mean, I think their plan is probably 4 waves. Would be my guess. My guess is they're going to do like wave 3 in October, maybe wave 4 at the end of the year or early 2025. I'm not really sure because there's still quite a few miniatures left. Like we still have the original promo figures like Sonlin, right? Q11. We still have all the Vorids and stuff. So like there's still there's still quite a bit I think that they have to release in terms of miniatures. So I'm a little bit surprised by that. So it seems like they're going to kind of extend just how long they're going to do the actual Age of Annihilation content, which is fine. But that's interesting. I had kind of thought that this was going to be like, the other big dump. So like wave 1 dump, wave 2 dump, but it looks like they're going to be extending it into maybe a couple more waves, wave 3 and probably a wave 4 to finish out the Age of Annihilation units. So interesting stuff. I think that was really, really good for them to focus on the terrain packs, though. That was really, really smart. Because when you think about it, the terrain packs are what's going to consistently sell. For example, even if they said, hey, here's a common pack, at some point, people will still stop buying common packs, right? Like, okay, so if they came out with a common army box, and the common army box was a squad of whatever, and I got 5 of them, in my mind, that might be enough, and so I'm done buying, right? Well, with terrain packs, like, you can literally just keep buying those, like, forever. Because you have everyone that's, had their old, terrain that's breaking, that they're going to go ahead and then, replace. And then you have all the new people that want more terrain than they got in the master set. And then you're going to have all those people at Battletech or other miniature games that are like, hey, I don't care about Heroscape, but I care about cool terrain. And I can drop, what was it, $100 for all the land and water terrain. So, I mean, you spend a few $100 and you've got tons of terrain. Like, that land terrain was a lot. Like, I was impressed by that. Now, if we were to compare it to original Heroscape's Rise of the Valkyrie, I don't think it... it's probably not the same. I think Rise of the Valkyrie still holds the standard for the most terrain released for its value. So when I say it's a lot, I was just surprised that we got as much as we did. So the Lands of Valhalla and the Waters of Valhalla, 70-30 respectively. I think that's really, really good. I think that's an awesome price point. 70 is probably a little bit higher than I expected for a terrain pack, but overall, I mean, you're getting a lot still, right? The 24 hex sand is super cool. I think that's just awesome. And I think we're going to be looking at some really cool map building because this basically just opens it up to build whatever we want, right? Like, we were somewhat constrained by, Volcarian Wasteland, so it's that pack, or Rise of the Valkyrie, you have to use multiple of those packs. Like, we'll call this Lands of Valhalla expansion packs, and we'll still track how many it takes. But, like, I think map building will be less... what's the word I'm looking for? Less restricted, I guess you could say, because we've always kind of restricted our map building by the terrain sets. but I mean, it's pretty open now, right? And I also actually really like the water expansion. The water expansion was really an interesting choice by them, because obviously we can replace our waters by buying that, and I will. That's awesome. But I think that's also because they do expect this to go to miniature gaming and other games where water isn't a competitive, what's the word I'm looking for? Hindrance, I guess. Like when you're playing on a competitive Heroscape map, water stops your movement. It's actually a very difficult thing to deal with in competitive play, and so a lot of maps actually don't have water in them for that reason. So what's interesting is that I think the reason for having a terrain pack specifically of just water is you're actually selling to a lot of those people that just want to build a cool map, that are just like, hey, I want to build a landscape that has a river flowing through it. That's not usually the case for Heroscape games, but for, you know, different RPGs or miniature games or Battletech or what have you, where water isn't really a limiting factor, that makes for some really, really cool maps. So I thought that was really smart to focus on just good generic terrain packs. I think that makes a lot of sense. That was really smart. And then obviously the Cury and the Isonex are just really cool army packs. So, you know, you're throwing in kind of the basic terrain, and then you're throwing in some cool units. But enough talk. I've been kind of skimming through your comments. You know, just letting you guys talk and whatnot. The army expansion packs. Good question for future reference. When I say that, it makes it sound like I'm actually using that, but that's actually your name for future reference, which is kind of funny. So for future reference in the comments is asked, what are your thoughts on the prices for the army expansion? The prices did surprise me a little bit. Well, yes and no. So they established the $65 price point for the first battle box, which was you were getting Iwashiwa, 2 familiars, and then I think it was the squad of 4, whatever. So that was 4, 5, 6, 7 miniatures. So it surprised me in that we got a battle box with 7 miniatures and some basic terrain for $65, but now we're just getting an army pack of 5 figures and then an army pack of 4 figures. That said, I'm holding that said. We forget that the Viceroy is massive. He's a huge 11. Like, his miniature is a peanut base, and he's about, like, he's this big. Like, I guess you can't really tell. He's this big. Yeah, I guess my hand, I don't know, my hand's pretty big. It's a massive miniature. Huge 11 is, like, taller than, I'm trying to think, I think Jotun? I think Jotun's a huge 11. Maybe 12. It's a big figure. So a massive figure like that requires a fair bit of painting, obviously, and so I get that. It was also very intricate. You have a lot of the mechanics and the kind of the machine work on the Isonex that end up being very paint intensive. If you actually looked at the balls where they roll on the Isonex, the ball chain dudes, there was a lot of like grooves and stuff where I was like, okay, like, I can see where it would take someone a significant amount of time to actually paint that, you know, premium paint it. Anyway, I'm not a painter, so for you painter people out there that look at it, maybe you'll be like, nah, there's no way. This is way easier than you think. I don't know. The only thing I didn't like about it was the construction orange, like the construction cone orange. That was a bit like, okay, it doesn't feel like I would have been okay with some more metallic colors, just kind of dark gray, dark blue. Well, not blue. I guess Isonex they are kind of like evil and like machinists, so like blue doesn't really fit their theme. But like a dark gray, some blacks I would have been okay with. Honestly, some black metal machine working stuff would have been kind of cool. Even red. Well, no, but red's not the color because they're Revna. So, okay, I guess orange. Orange is still kind of tracking with Revna's theme. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. But I think overall, to your point, for future reference on the chats again, because I can't say your name and that people are going to get really confused. But yeah, your comment on $45 for 4 figures, unpainted, that does seem pretty high. I mean, it's because it's only 4 figures to your point versus the other battle box price. So it's a little bit higher than I think I would have expected for just an army pack, because it's establishing kind of the precedent, right? So I think we can expect most of our army packs to be about that going forward. The worst part about that really makes me like cringe inside is if I'm getting a hero in a unique squad of 3 for 65, I'm kind of like, all right, well, when they roll out common packs, like what am I going to be spending on that? I mean, obviously I'm still going to buy it. It's Heroscape, but like it's establishing a bit of a precedent, right? You know, I'm getting or for example, the Cury, you're getting 5 miniatures. Well, 4-man and 3-man squads are very common in Heroscape. So if I'm getting a 3-man squad or a 4-man squad, we can expect anywhere between probably $50 to $60, you know, per common pack, which is a little unfortunate considering even some of the common squads of original Heroscape aren't that much, even though they're overpriced. They're still not even that much. I mean, there's a lot of them that are that much, but then there's a lot that aren't. But anyway, I digress. The whole point is, I think the price point is okay. I think if I were Renegade and you know that these are unique figures and unique squads, it makes sense to spend more money getting good premium paint jobs and detail. If I were Renegade, though, and you understand that common squads are kind of a thing in Heroscape, and you want to make good money off of that, and you want people to feel okay about buying a bunch of them, I think you probably tone down maybe the painting detail and the painting cost, and you provide a cheaper option. And when I say cheaper option, I just mean just not as highly detailed. Common squads don't need to be the center focus of the best paint job in the world. I think if they were, you know, gonna kind of make sure everyone's wallet is not too isn't burning too much of a hole in their pocket, I think it makes sense that they would try and drop that quality down a bit. Because the thing is the miniatures themselves, the prints are highly detailed. The miniatures themselves. So, like, even a poor paint job is still decent, right? Like, I don't know. I just think they're getting away with charging $45 for an unpainted pack. I'm just a little bit concerned about when common squads hit, you know, probably next year. Because, I mean, you know, if you're buying 2-3 packs, you know, the average common squad is, you know, going to be anywhere from, I don't know, 50 to 80 points to, and when you're running a army of 500 points, you know, you're getting 4 or 5 squads, you know, and that's pretty normal in Heroscape. So, not exactly sure about that one. But I've been on that train for long enough. Other thoughts you guys had? Just looking at some of the comments. Chris Perkins, who purchased the URL, purchased the rights to that, and then has designed that amazing software for us to use, has really designed it for the Heroscape community, and it's been incredible. Am I back? It looks like some of you said that I froze. I should still be connected. Am I back? Oh, is it back? Okay, cool. Team Sky, Team Ski, thanks. So it looks like we're back. Yeah, so again, plugging for those of you that are pre-ordering. It's your Heroscape affiliate link at the top here. You can go ahead and do Wave 2 pre-orders now. But yeah, so going back to the Battle Network, I think it's really it's unfortunate that you know, such an awesome tool on Heroscape.org might just become non-usable. I don't know. I don't know yet what the future holds for that, because if it's functionally better, then I still think people are going to use it, right? We're going to use what we like. Well, not necessarily what we like. We're going to use what works, right? So, like, if the Battle Network looks cool, but functionally it doesn't, like, do pairings well, or the ELO system's broken, or if, like, The events just don't work really. Like, if it requires a ton of maintenance and it's just not functionally working, I can see a world where we just, as a community, or at least the competitive community, just keep using Heroscape.org. So I don't know yet what the future holds. But based off of what I'm seeing, the UI looks good. I like the elo system. It's cool that you can do your own profiles. It's pretty neat that universally we're going to be able to go anywhere in the world, find an event, assuming there is one near you or wherever you are, and be able to play in that event and gain elo, right? And participate in a ranked way. Like, that's really, really cool. And you saw that graph where it kind of talked about, or you could kind of see how it showed, like, your historical, you know, they had a test case where it was just 100% win rate, right? But, like, you know, if you win some then lose some, it's going to kind of show your fluctuation over the course of time, which is really cool, right? Like, a lot of people, you know, can find value from that. Sour Cream, can you get the link in the chat? Yeah, it was up earlier up in the chat. I didn't pin it because I was lazy, but let me just knock it here in the chat again. 40. Let's see if we can get that. Okay, so that should be the. Oh, let me. I think I did that right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll just say Sir Heroscape affiliate link for pre-orders. Okay, cool. Yeah. So what I guess what I was interested in most about the Battle Network was a lot of the tracking aspect. Like, that's just really, really cool. I think a lot of people, competitive players specifically, really like kind of knowing how well they do. And I'm sure as time goes on, we'll be able to see, like, maybe how well we do in certain locations versus how well we do in other locations. How well we do against certain opponents. Like, if I know my win percentage against player X versus player Y, like, that's super cool. So, like, the Battle Network aspect, I think, is really neat. And that's coming out in August. I mean, that's 2 months away. And we're going to get that, and that's going to be really neat. So, by the time Gen Con rolls around, the Gen Con events are going to be running off of the Battle Network, which is, I think, really cool. And if they're smart, they'll make an app and have it on your phone, right? Which they didn't confirm, but anyway. Things they missed. They promised that they would show us the maps for Gen Con, and they didn't do that. So that was one. The other thing that they missed was... Oh, no. They did say the promo figure for Wave 2, or for the October event. They didn't provide details for the October National Heroscape Day event, which I thought they were. I had thought that they confirmed they would, but c'est la vie. So we'll get more details from that as time goes on. Let me see if I can find the actual army cards, because there was a few of these army cards that I thought were really intriguing, specifically the Cury, because we already know the Isonex. Like, the Isonex, we can review those again if we want. Actually, it's been a while since I have, so I mean, maybe we will. But let's see. Story of Heroscape, character biographies. Let's go there, and we should be able to find the army cards. Oh, did they not? Oh no, here we go. Okay, so let's see if the cards are in here. Where should we start? Let's just start at the top. What the heck? There should be an army card once we get to their player. The art is super cool. I just have to say, the art. I really like the art. The heavily armored Cury looks super cool. Yeah, like, I really like that. That looks freaking dope. So, okay, cool. Yes. Here we go. Oh, and someone in the comments mentioned this. Flying, it just looks so bad. I just have to say. Someone mentioned that they'll never get used to the flying being just the word and not the text. It's so weird. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Like, everyone gets it. We know what flying does. So it makes sense, the reasons why they chose to do that. But absolutely right. It looks weird. It's just so weird. It's just like text, and it's like, wait, did we forget to print? Like, there's something supposed to be here? Like, I don't know. I would have honestly preferred them making it like, probably like the, what's it called? The Marvel. So Marvel, they used for super strength, they just used a graphic. just a logo essentially, and they just dropped it to the bottom of the card, like right here. So basically, it was a power. Super strength is a power that every like Marvel hero has, but they just made it a logo on the card, and that made a lot of sense. And if you're going to do flying, I think that actually makes more sense to just make a flying logo, because I think it just confuses people who see the text of one power and then it just looks like you forgot to print the power. It looks more like a mistake than anything, which is kind of funny. Anyway, that's a soapbox item. Let me know what you think on that. Okay, so Ziamara, the Cury Warrior. This one was really, really interesting because now that I read the power, it's not as powerful as I thought, but still pretty cool. So when a Cury you control who follows Ular, so right now that's only Atlaga and the Protectors of Ular, receives 1 or more wounds. You may roll a 20-sided die. If you roll an 8 through 16, ignore all wounds just received. Or no, sorry, I read that wrong. Ignore all but 1 wound just received, which is significant because squad figures only have 1 wound or 1 life. So 8 through 16 absolutely does nothing for the Protectors of Ular. It only helps Atlaga. And then if you roll a 17 or higher, ignore all wounds just received. Amulet of Palvitar does not affect Ziamara. So, like, it's interesting because she gets better as we continue to develop and design more Ular Cury. Sour Cream. Thank you, Sayland. Yes, duh. It's easy to forget the units that are never used in the game. So yes, Sayland. Sayland is an Ular Cury. And then you've got Atlaga, which, I mean, you're never going to throw them both in the same army. Almost never. I'm trying to think of a scenario where you would. I mean, I guess if you're just having funsies, yeah, you could. Actually, I could see a world where she becomes really good. Because when I think of good, I'm like, okay, formats like standard 500, right? Bring the best. Well, that's not how the game's played all the time. In fact, I'd say it's played less so that way, because we have a ton of formats nowadays where the format specifically is designed to make it so that units with less playability get more playtime, right? So what you have is you end up having a tournament scene that, I don't know, we'll just say heroes only. This becomes actually kind of interesting. Now, it doesn't make it necessarily the best. It doesn't make it super good, but it makes it interesting because all of a sudden you have an aura of 6, which is a freaking large aura, and basically on an 8 or higher, you're saying, the most I can take is 1 wound, so you're basically Crixus at that point. So, like, Atlaga on his own isn't amazing. He's only got 4 life. Sayland on her own isn't amazing. She's only got 5 life and a melee figure and only summons stuff. But the fact that you can just only take 1 wound at a time makes it so you stick around for a while. So it just makes it interesting. So, like, maybe in, like, a Reverse the Whip format, right? This would be an interesting play where you can use these figures. I don't know. Who knows? I think it's an interesting design space that will, I think, get stronger as designs continue to come out, because Cury are cool, and if Cury continue to be designed, like, it's going to be awesome. The biggest implication here is that still she does technically buff the Protectors of Ular. So if you roll a 17 or higher, ignore all wounds just received. So, like, you can still play her at 80 points with a bunch of Protectors of Ular, and while it's not, like, amazing, it's still a 17 or higher ignore all wounds. So it's still a pretty decent chance. What is that? 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20% chance of just not dying with a Protector of Ular, which, why not? That's pretty cool. So I think she's got some potential here. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Okay, enough about her. Let's move on to... where'd it go? Kilcorax, the Cury Warrior. Kilcorax? Okay. Yeah, she's got a chunk of change on this on this ability. Okay, so Undead. Yep, makes sense. Unique Cury Warrior, Terrifying. Terrifying. I don't think we have any synergy with Terrifying. No. I was thinking, no, because they're relentless. I was thinking the Death Knights again, but no. Sour Cream, talk about Melky. Next, she goes with the first. Wait, really? Did I miss that there's 2 Ular Cury? Seriously? Oh gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, I stand corrected. So everything you heard on the soapbox for the last 10 minutes. Hey, I have the excuse. That these are new units. The first time seeing these cards, and I totally forgot that she was Ular. So, anyway. So yes, actually, before we jump into Kill Korax, let's look at this, because I was already on that soapbox. Might as well continue on it. Mielky, the Cury Warrior, unique Cury Warrior, inspiring. 5-5-1-4-3, decent stat block, good attack, and I like that the attack is attack of 4 with her double attack, so that makes her pretty decently good at killing stuff. Flying, yeah, the double attack, yep. Spear of Sankari. This is the... See, when it destroys a figure with a normal attack, you may choose a small or medium friendly figure within 4 close-sized spaces. Remove a wound marker from the chosen figure. Cannot heal herself. Cannot be used to when destroying a destructible object. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, that's actually a really good pairing. I mean, if you throw in Mielky and... gosh, see, I can't even remember their names. It's still so new. Mielky and... Okay, why does it keep going back to that page every time I go back? Mielky and... Ziamara. Yeah. So Ziamara basically makes it so that you're only taking 1 wound. And then Mielky is healing everybody. So that's actually pretty cool. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, again, not amazing, but you have 4 Ular Cury. So, I don't know, that'd be pretty interesting to play. That'd make for some fun army building just to try it. Again, probably not super good, but, she gets a double attack, and she can heal stuff. Which healing in Heroscape is just always good. So yeah, honestly, that's actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, that's, for 100 points, and then I think Ziamara was 80. For 180, you're getting someone that stops damage, and then someone that heals damage. Not bad. So yeah, we're not going to spend too much time on what's her face, Mielky, because I mean we just looked at her. Pretty straightforward. Has some good synergy there with the other Ular Cury. Actually, what did she say? Did she say only, was it Ular Cury or Ular figures? Friendly figure. Interesting. Okay. So she doesn't, based off of her stat block, or her left box stats, she doesn't have any synergy where she's bonding. Obviously, that would make her, actually pretty freaking good. Which is fine that she doesn't have, any bonding, but that's actually pretty decent, because if, again, you're doing, an all-heroes army, she's got a good enough attack and a double attack and flying that you can kind of bank on her dealing damage. And if she's killing, say, weak squad figures and you've got multiple heroes, or if I guess if it's a heroes only, it's not the same. But yeah, no, I mean, that's interesting. I don't think it's amazing, but that's interesting because it's all friendly figures, which includes allies. So if you're running a team battle, you can heal your allies, which is cool. Okay, so let's go to Revna's Kill Korax. Man, she looks crazy. Kill Korax is the Cury Undead Unique Cury Warrior, Terrifying again. I think there's some synergies with Terrifying somewhere. I'd have to double check. I feel like someone buffs it, like an attack. Or maybe there's I can't remember. There's no like bonding though. I'd have to double check. But anyway, life 5, 6, 4, 3. That's actually a solid stat block. That's actually a really solid stat block. After moving before attacking, you may choose up to 2. Oh, wow. Different, smaller, medium enemy figures. Okay, so... And within 5 spaces. That's really good. 1 at a time, roll a d20. Oh, right, if it's a squad figure, you roll an 8 or higher. Same level space adjacent. Whoa! Whoa! You're moving a figure from 5 spaces away to an adjacent space? That could essentially be a net movement of 7 hexes. Because if you think about it, if I'm here and I'm targeting this guy 5 away, and then I'm moving this guy, or I don't know what I can't tell what fingers I'm on. If I'm targeting someone 5 away, but then I move them to the opposite side of me, then the hex that I'm standing on and then the hex that I've moved them to is 2 additional spaces. So I can target them within 5 and move them 7. That's crazy. That's like insanely good. Movement abilities in Heroscape are really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. That's crazy. That's really good. If the chosen figure is a hero figure, 17 or higher. Okay, sure. Yeah. And they never take any limit engage. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. So, wow. So, 8 or higher squad figure, 17. Okay, so it's, I mean, heroes are pretty safe. Heroes are pretty safe. I mean, 17 or higher, still pretty decent. It's worth rolling for. For example, if someone has Raylan, right? Raylan, Rise of the Valkyries, or Swarm of the Morrow, not Raylan 3.0. Boom, you run this Kilkorax up and boop, teleport her back. Hey, your Raylan's on my side now. That's actually really cool. And yes, someone mentioned Kilkorax, I guess synergizes with Revna, Kilkorax is this chick. Miserix is from the first wave. So Miserix is the 50-point Revna Curie that when she dies, she gives life drain to another one. I mean, yeah, I'm not necessarily sure I'd want to pair them together because, like, outside of just giving her the life drain ability, I'm not sure it really does much. But, still really cool. Okay, next one. Alright, let's get a little more time to look at these. So we have 2 more, Queen Kyrion and Glenerva. She's Aquila. Dang, she's got some claws. That's crazy. She's like a eagle, like a hawk. Okay. Wait. This is our first Aquila Curie, right? Yeah. This is our first Aquila Curie. Right, yeah. I'm not mistaken. Because we didn't get one in Wave 1. And we definitely don't have one in the original. Wow. Okay. Dang. That's actually awesome. I can't remember if she was supposed to be Aquila originally during the Avalon Hill campaign. I honestly cannot remember. But, cool. Awesome. This is our first one. Fearsome. Unique Cury Warrior Fearsome. Again, I don't think there's any synergies there. Hanwi's Darkness. Concealment 17. I think this is the same as Brave Arrow. Brave Arrow and the Mohicans. It's target receives 1 or more wounds. Yeah, you must roll trying to die. Count the wound number. Yeah, it's exactly the same. 5, 6, 3, 3 flying. Pretty decent. Nothing crazy there. Hanwi's Darkness, though, I remember this being amazing. When you reveal an order marker, so it doesn't have to be on her, it can be an order marker on any other unit, you may also reveal the X order marker on Glenerva to activate Hanwi's Darkness. until your next... Oh, wait, no. Until you next reveal an order marker. Okay, so it's one turn. Glenerva and all small, medium, and large figures within 5 spaces of her cannot target or be targeted by non-adjacent figures with a normal or special attack. That is bonkers. That is so insane. Like, that's like so good. Because the order, like, your turn doesn't have to be on her to activate it. She is a 90 point she's a 90 point anti-range, like I think there may be situations where she's just better than Raylan Rise the Valkyrie. Because something that I've learned about Heroscape over the last year that's really helped my competitive play, and I think has made me a better player, is that no attacks from an opponent is better defense than a lot of defense dice. And what I mean by that is... sorry, I'm just writing a note here. And what I mean by that is, like, if I can deny you an attack, that's a better defensive play than being on height next to jungle with Raylan's aura, because you didn't even get the chance to attack me, right? Like, if I have 9 defense, odds are I'll block your attack, but it's been known to happen where you'll blank, or, you know, you'll roll out of skulls and then I die, right? Like, there's always a chance that something like that happens. So the best defense is simply not allowing an attack to even happen, right? If I can deny you the opportunity, then that's a better defensive play than just simply being in a defensive position. So, Glenerva, what you do, turn 1 of the game, turn 2, whatever, you drop her somewhere relatively safe. Actually, oh my gosh, you hide her. You drop her in a space where she can hide, because it doesn't even say the figures have to be in clear sight. It doesn't even have to say the figures have to be in clear sight. Okay, so there's a ruin in the middle of the map, right? You're in the start zone. You fly up behind the ruin and you stick her there so she can't be touched. Like, you know, or she's protected from shots or whatever. Because obviously this doesn't work for the whole round, it's just the X-Order marker. But then you have a bonding army. We'll just say Knights of Weston because we want to. You go in a bonding army, Knights of Weston, and you're spending your turns activating them. And then, boom, your opponent's got range and they're trying to shoot at you. Okay, X-Order marker, you can't attack me. Like, you can't. You won't. You won't even have the option. You cannot attack me. And you advance your knights through her aura of 5, and she can be hiding behind a ruin. She doesn't have to be able to see you. So you develop your army, okay, and you move through that aura for that turn. Now, granted, again, it's only one turn, but think about the power play setup. What you do is on turn 3, okay, of the round, you reveal the X and advance. Turn 1 of the next round, if you win initiative and get the initiative switch, reveal the X. That's 2 turns in a row. Your opponent never got to attack you. Think about that, right? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy because you're again denying the option. So if someone wants to attack you, they're gonna and they're a ranged figure. Ranged figures don't want to engage. They want to sit back and shoot. So that means they have to come up and attack, or they just sit back and wait until you get to them. So that's like really good. I think she might be. I think she's. I mean, I guess this isn't a ranking video. I'll have to come back and do a rank. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll split this up and make this a ranking video. I don't know. But I would say she's A. I don't know if that she's A+, but I would say she's A. We'll have to see if she can meet the A+. I mean, you know, good players still have to play her well and make her earn her points. But, yeah, I would say A. She's going to be able to play in any army. You can drop her into any single army. Any army, she's relevant. Especially melee, obviously. Man, that's so crazy. That's really cool. Like, that's a really cool ability, but that's really good. I think she's A. She's going to be super consistent. She's going to be usable in any format, in any army. She's an automatic 90 points, in my opinion, for anyone that's concerned about facing range. That's just really good. That's just really, really good. And heck, okay, what happens if there's nothing to hide her behind? She's got Concealment 17. She's got Concealment 17. So you drop her out in the middle, someone, you know, you can't hide her behind a ruin, and they've got range, and you don't want to reveal the X yet, and so they're going to try and snipe her. They shoot at her. Oh, Concealment 17. You didn't do anything. Oh, man. Whew. She's good. I think she's good. Yeah, she's going to be cool. I think she's going to get a lot of use. I think she's going to get a lot of use. That's a really cool design. Okay, Revna's Revna's Rebuke Key. Oh, is this Vidar? Man, she's crazy looking. What is her? Yeah, she's Cury Queen. Weird. Huh. She kind of looks like a drow. Weird. Okay. Wait, is this our first... Man, and where's my brain? Is this our first Vidar Cury? Who would be Vidar Cury? I think this is. I want to say... Well, I know in the C3V we do have Vidar Cury. But official, classic, I don't think we have Vidar Cury. Yeah. No, yeah. I was going to say. Yeah, you guys are confirming it. Yeah. So, interesting. I get because I was like, the aesthetic looks weird. Well, not weird, but it wasn't matching what I'm not necessarily used to, but like, I couldn't remember if we had one because I was like, wait, she's got red eyes and she looks like a drow. So I was like, I don't know if this is an established theme, but no. Okay, Queen Cury Queen Tricky. So what's actually kind of cool is, I mean, if we're playing with customs, C3V, SOV, whatnot, she actually becomes pretty freaking sweet because as a queen, she gets to bond with Crypt Guardians. So that's going to be just kind of fun. If customs, stick around and last and people use them, as, new Age of Annihilation and new Heroscape gets... Alright, so stealth flying, obviously really good. Stat block, 4 life, 4 move. Eesh, slow. 4 attack, 4 defense. Okay. So, I mean, the 4 move hurts a lot. She's a melee figure. So that 4 move is pretty atrocious. I'm really surprised by that. I think the 4 move comes from the wings being like mechanical. It seems like they're not natural wings for her. If we were to see the back of her, I don't know, can we see, is there a back, No, there's no back picture. No, no back picture. If we were to see the back of her, my assumption would be that she's got some sort of mechanized pack on the back. Maybe that's why she's got the 4 move, kind of the armor on her legs. I don't know. That just seems weird. Like, Cury... I don't know. Yeah, 4 is so slow. That's going to be hard to get her to do stuff. Like, Heartfinder Spear 12, like, it's cool, it's great. Like, the fact that you can only roll 1 defense and then she can just spear you with 4 attack dice. And 4 defense is meh, it's okay. It's the combination of 4 life, 4 move, 4 defense that I think is going to make her really tough. So Mario Alvarado, your point is that most Cury are 4 move. While you are correct, you're also not. So what I mean by that is the common squads, like the Minions of Utkar and the Sentinels and the Protectors, yes, they're all 4 move. And I think that makes a lot of sense, because you can have 15 of them. So you can swarm people, right? And they also have crazy abilities that give them survivability. So, for example, Minions of Utkar, 6 defense, base. 4 move doesn't feel so bad when you have a base defense of 6 and you can just kind of walk through the map and not take damage. Sentinels of Jandar, right? Base defense of 4. Oh, by the way, every shield is doubled, right? So, feels okay being slow. You can kind of get to your opponents. Protectors of Ular. Now, their defense is lower. They don't have defensive abilities, but they have range of 5. And in fact, they're really good at killing stuff, right? So, like, the Sentinels, or the Protectors of Ular's slow movement doesn't feel so bad because they can shoot you. So their threat range is still 9, right? Which is better than Sentinels or Minions. So, technically, you're right. 4 movement. But all the heroes have 5 or 6 movement for the Curie. So having a hero with only 4 movement makes it really difficult to develop and use her, especially because there's no synergies. Like, she in Classic Scape, she has no bonding, she has no synergies, she's the only Vidar Curie. Now, obviously that may change, right? As the future of Heroscape continues to progress and we add more, waves and designs, we're going to be able to see additional, hopefully, squads and heroes that make it so that, she's buffed or bonded or whatever, right? It makes her more useful. But as of right now, just what I'm seeing, what I know about her card, I know that 4 life is really, really light, and 4 defense is good, but with the 4 life, a couple attacks and she's gone. So typically when you have a figure that has low life and kind of mid defense, like 4, you generally expect other stats or other abilities that help them get their value. Movement is typically a balancing factor in that sense. For example, if I have low life and mediocre defense like that, or middle of the 4 defense, a little above, it's above average. Defense 3 is average. So if I have above average defense and I have kind of low life, then I'm going to expect to maybe have higher movement so that I can jump in, deal damage, jump out, right? Now, she gets stealth flying, so it allows her to leave engagements, but 4 move, you're not outpacing anybody, right? You're not going to surprise anyone, right? So you can fly her in, but like, she was only 4 spaces away to begin with, so she's basically in combat already at that point if she's that close. And if she tries to run away because she's getting dealt damage, like, you can just chase her down. Like, another 4 move figure can just run after her. So, like, that's what I'm concerned. At 110 points, I think of all the figures, she probably should have been the lowest priced, and some of the other figures could have been higher priced. Just because I don't think that there's going to be much going on for her. That said, I also don't know what the future holds for Heroscape and Vidar, and so it's very possible that they are designing units already to make her better. Which, if they're already designing for her to be good in a different, in a faction with, more common squads or heroes, then it makes sense why she's a little bit overpriced. But that's just my take on it. Jack Fanning, she works with Skahin because she's tricky. Very good point. That's actually a pretty cool synergy. Yeah, that's a very good point. I could see that. That actually could be a really interesting pairing. Now, again, she's 110 points, so you're getting Skahin for 120 and Queen Kyrian. Why did I start with a Z? Kyrian. 110 and 120, so I mean you're getting 230 points in 2 figures. still doesn't feel great, right? And the synergy with Agent Skahen is she's just moving her. So yeah, it's nice. It kind of gets her in the map, but like, it's not bonding. And typically, Skahen's ability you want to use to get units in the way so that units don't attack Skahen. Like, Skahen really likes to use that ability to send figures up into engagements or to kind of hit choke points so that advancing troops can't get to her. It's less so, or it's more so about that than anything else in the way that you play her competitively. She pairs well with Raylan 3.0. Yes and no. I mean, Raylan 3.0 lowers defense, and so does Queen Kyrion, but like the setup there is pretty difficult, right? Like, you've got a 100-point Raylan and a 110-point hero, and you're investing a lot into one attack where someone doesn't have defense. Now, that's great in theory, but again, you know, if I have multiple squad figures and I get multiple attacks, all it takes is a couple attacks and you're toast. So, all right, so that's all the Curie. I didn't see the Isonex, which is odd to me. Oh, nope, that's Battle for the Wellspring. Oh, no, it's right here. Oh, weird. Okay, so see what they did here? It's like weird. So like up at the top, they're just all these different tabs, but like they have the cards here, so I thought the tab was relating to these cards, and that's why I was confused why there wasn't anything under this one or this one, but this actually makes sense. So I can click on this one. Yeah, here we go. Alright, I do want to review these guys just because it's been a while, and okay, that art actually looks really good. That art actually looks really good. Not gonna lie. Okay, see, the art here looks way better than that paint job. This actually looks more yellow. This looks very orange. See, I actually like this a lot more. It's like a... This is like a Bumblebee from Transformers. Bumblebee from Transformers. That's the feeling I get here. Kind of a rustic, kind of a dark yellow, right? And then you've got like traffic cone, construction cone orange. I don't like that. So, yeah, and actually, yeah. I'm trying to like convince myself out of it, but I'm like, no, it's just a little bit too on the orange side. This actually looks really cool. I like that a lot better. Okay, anyway. Vicerat. Isoneck unique hero, warlord, terrifying. He does not bond with the Sacred Band. Sacred Band can only bond with Einar warlords. That's very specific to the Sacred Band. But he does bond with Legionnaires, which I think is freaking cool. Like, the fact that you can add another bonder to a classic Heroscape common squad, I think is just so fun. Because it just makes interesting decisions. Dismissive Strider, he can walk over small and medium figures. He doesn't take engagement strikes. He can target non-adjacent figures. Like, that's just cool. That makes some really cool gameplay implications. You can be surrounding him and hounding him and trying to attack him, and he can just be like, hey, that figure you have hiding behind there, boop, gotcha. Super cool. 6 life, 5 move, 5 range, 3 attack, 4 defense, good stat block. Just a really good stat block. Really happy about that stat block. I like the range. I like the move, especially for a double space figure. Got to have at least 5. 6 life is great, and 4 defense. I mean, the survivability there is really good. 150 feels reasonable for that stat block and what I know about the abilities. So, Vial Injection, begin the game with 3 yellow surge markers once per turn before moving. Another Isoneck figure. Oh, another Isoneck figure, so it's not like a squad, so you can't pump up the whole squad, it's just a figure. You remove a surge marker and add 2 to that figure's move and attack. Oh wow, I didn't realize it's both. That's really cool. So that's great. I mean, basically just you're souping up a figure, and it can be another Isonek figure. So it doesn't even have to be a squad figure; it could be a hero figure, which I think is relevant because I believe we do have. Lord of Ruin as another Isonek. So I think there's that kind of synergistic bonding they're kind of going there. Scavareth, yeah. I think it's Scavareth, Lord of Ruin, yeah. Curtimus Sex, yes. Ironclad Puppeteer, after doing an order marker on Viceroy and taking a turn of Viceroy, you may take a turn with another unique Isonek hero or squad, right. So basically, with the ball rolling dudes, he gets to take a turn, or a hero Scavareth. So that's really cool. Which, actually, yeah, that's interesting. I think that's going to be pretty good. I don't know. I'm not sure where I stand with him overall. Like his overall, like strength in terms of, what that. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not sure what it's going to look like when we add him as a. Like, he's gonna get stronger as well. He's gonna get stronger as we continue to add Isonex, because any type of bonding, any type of multi-turn activations is just inherently good. So right now, while maybe Scavareth isn't the best one to bond with, or that's right, the Ironclad or the Ironforge, the Hellforge, what's it called? The Manticore, Hellforge Manticore. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. I forgot about the Hellforge Manticore. That's right. That's going to come out. When you add the Hellforge Manticore, yeah, that's actually already going to be pretty good if you take a turn with him and the Hellforge. Yeah. Something also considers, again, that he bonds with Roman Legionnaires, and while none of these abilities even are relevant to Roman Legionnaires, just his stat block alone is really good. Again, for 150, you've got a range bonder, right? Something that has got really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Really good survivability. It's just taking pot shots, and then when you get close, you just swarm them with Legionnaires. So that's really good. Okay, let's go to the ball squad. Where are those guys? Wow. That's really cool. That's really freaking cool. Dang. Sorry, I'm just taking it in. That art is it's really cool. Oh man. And the miniatures actually do match the art more. Like, their helmets are still pretty orange there. So it's okay here. Wow. Yeah. Those look cool. Those look really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, and the card, like, I love that art. That's really awesome. So the 2 life, 8 move, 3 attack, 3 defense. Yeah, like, rolling movement is going to be really tough for these guys. And I think it's going to be really tough more so than we think. Because it's just really hard to move around maps, especially Heroscape maps, restricted like that. In my opinion, maybe not. Maybe I'm overreacting. I think the most competitive maps, it's not going to be a problem. Most competitive maps are going to have level changes that are equal to 1 to 2. What's the word I'm looking for? Level changes. Like, they're not going to go beyond that too much. Like, you're going to have maybe a level change of 3 or 4, but typically you don't see that a lot. So I think for the most part, this is actually probably functionally going to work really well on most games, tournament games. It's just going to become an issue when you have like a big castle map, for example, and you're like, wait, I literally cannot do anything with these guys. Like on a big castle map or like on a big, high elevations mountain map, like they're worthless, right? So at that point, you just don't even use them. But on most maps, I think they're actually going to be relevant. And their chain grab obviously helps counteract that, right? So someone's like, hey, you can't get me, I'm up on this mountain. You're like, hey, chain grab, come down and I'll smack you, right? So like, it is pretty cool because that ability directly helps. Like, rolling movement is a kind of a negative ability, right? It restricts their ability to be useful. But chain grab kind of counteracts their weakness, right? So it makes it so that if you're trying to avoid them and stay on height, they can't even get next to you. They're like, hey, too bad. So I like that. That's really cool. Very simple design. The 2 life, I think, is warranted with that base defense of 3. Unique squads that are a 3-man squad and 3 defense just die. Just absolutely die outright. And because their defense is 3, I think it will be a little bit harder to make that 2 life worth it, but having 2 life is still nice. Sour cream, those chains are going to break so easily. I don't know. Let's trust that they know how to make a good miniature with strong plastic. They do seem decently thick, but I don't know. Good call out there. Wild, there's some synergies with Wild, but I think that's Hero. That's the Death Chasers, so not Unique Squad. And then I think Odinashi gets an attack against them, +2 attack. I don't think there's too much else Wild benefits there, though. So, anyway. Okay, well, we've got, let's see. I think that's basically it. So I'm just going to kind of close out here. It's been 2 hours of me talking, and I need some water, and probably take a break. And you guys need to get your pre-orders in, and get to looking at the next phase of Wave 2. But yeah, so that's basically it for today. We're looking at an awesome Wave 2 with terrain packs is kind of the focus, in my opinion. The army packs were okay; they're fine. But I think the big focus here was the battle network and the terrain packs. And so terrain packs are a big deal, obviously, outside of Heroscape as well. And I think that's just solid stuff that they added a cool, sand 24 hexer. I think that's awesome. I can foresee them doing some very specific terrain biomes. So, for example, the world is open to them. They could do like a desert terrain pack where they're just sand, right? They could do a grasslands terrain pack. They could do a Rocky Mountain terrain pack. Like they've got a lot of opportunity to just do some cool stuff where, if people want to make a strictly rock terrain map, they can just grab a bunch of that, terrain packs and do it. So I think we're going to see a lot of focus there on each wave. We're going to get some cool new, terrain packs like I mentioned. Though it does seem like they're kind of slow rolling out the miniature aspect of it, like you guys already pointed out. I mean, we still have Scavareth, we still have Hellforge Manticore, we still have, we haven't seen any of the Vorids, right? The Nesbit and the AT&T Walker thing, the burrowing guy. We haven't seen we haven't seen Zonlin or Q11, right? There's so many figures left that they haven't gotten to yet. So I think we've got probably I think they're going to try and finish it in Wave 3 and Wave 4. That's my guess. I don't think they're going to be able to drop all the rest of the figures in Wave 3. So based off of them only giving us 2 army packs this time, I think we're seeing Wave 3 and Wave 4 probably are going to be the rest of the figures split between those. So anyway, that's it for me. Get your pre-orders in. So Heroscape affiliate link up at the top here. I will continue to bang my drum on the excitement of Heroscape and post updates as I hear them, and post videos as I edit them, and keep you guys updated with information. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all the videos I've been posting. Just trying to get out. So many of them are old. I just haven't posted them in a while, so I've been trying to get those out so that I have enough time to get new content out with reviews and Gen Con coming up just around the corner. Going to have a lot of content for that as well. So trying to get out all the old stuff, all the backlog of videos. So anyway, yeah, for those of you that are going to be at Gen Con, excited to see you as well. Just looking over the chats here. Yeah, Dark Tankerous. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you. But yeah, thanks again for you guys sticking around and watching. I'm going to go ahead and close out. So, yeah, Sir Heroscape out. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.